came here and just destroyed the set. Joe's
Symphony
microphone,
of Destruction.
Joe's microphone went. And that's another rumor that it's going to be Elias teaming up with Braun Strowman.
I would love to see that.
But it makes no sense because they've been feuding. What's the logistic reason? I know it's pro wrestling, and
because Braun's like, listen, I've beat you like 4 times, and I absolutely could beat you again. So you got to tag team with me. No, Colton, I got this.
Look at this. This is adorable. Helping each other.
Why did your mic turn off?
Mine?
Oh, the button must have hit on accident. Hold on, I'll hold it there.
How many idiots does it take to screw in a microphone?
How many radio people does it take to screw?
All right, so I think that's enough for Monday Night Raw. Let's move over. Let's move over to Tuesday Night SmackDown. I didn't catch the beginning of the show.
Hold this stupid microphone.
This is a mess. This is like the Shockmaster's debut all over again. Check that out. If you've never seen the Shockmaster, his debut in WCW is the greatest thing ever. It's probably the funniest laugh.
Become a surgeon, all right, ever.
You're not helping me at all.
You have the hands of a Category 5 earthquake. Anyway,
All right, I'm going to go over SmackDown, the return of Daniel Bryan. He is my favorite wrestler of the last 10 years, and we finally get him back. He's been medically cleared, and he's able to wrestle, and this is amazing news for wrestling.
Hopefully this doesn't fall again.
Well, stop grabbing it, bro.
It's hard.
Weird. It's not a championship on a ladder match. You don't have to grab it.
I want to just move it, all right?
Just let it be.
I want to evolve with the times.
Just like Paul McCartney said, let it be, let it be.
Thanks,
See
Colton.
you later, Colton.
What a guy.
What a run-in.
Also, real quick, Ronda Rousey apparently is being trained by Kurt Angle, which I like.
In real life?
No, not really, but in story. But yeah, I love the Ultimate Deletion. I thought it was a lot of fun. The chair of wheels and the mower of lawns was absolutely incredible. And then I love the fact that just like Senor Benjamin, we cannot find him.
Yeah, that was some fun stuff.
You see my heart, and just walks away. It's like, what is this?
Hopefully they do something good with it tonight on Raw.
Real quick, apparently Vince McMahon thought that was the most bizarre thing that's ever been done in a in his company. Apparently he does not like it at all.
I think he liked that it got really good ratings.
It got him great ratings. And on YouTube, which apparently they've been using a lot to like manage who's popular and why, that was one of the biggest hits they had from that show and like that whole week from wrestling. So
I think
pretty cool.
Vince doesn't care if he doesn't get it. He just cares if the people like it. As much as we rag on Vince McMahon, if he sees that it's making money, he's
because you know
be
what it is too is that Michael Cole, who I hate.
Right. Oh, he's the worst.
But Michael Cole has been known to literally be told in his headphones by Vince McMahon, this is what you have to say.
Yeah.
And, if he's Vince McMahon's mouthpiece as much as we all think he is, Michael Cole, before the match, literally said, we apologize for what you're about to watch.
Yeah, that was weird.
So, was that Michael Cole that was saying it as a joke? Was that Vince McMahon telling him, say it? Like, where did it come from?
It was Vince McMahon.
So, with that said, obviously, hopefully they don't change up Matt Hardy's Broken Universe, but I just love how Matt Hardy can afford fireworks and
the WWE can't.
So there you go.
All right, let's move to SmackDown. Daniel Bryan returns. This is amazing. He's going to be in the match between
we
Kevin
said it
Owens.
on our Facebook page that this is probably one of the biggest things that happen in wrestling in ages.
Yeah, so it's going to be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn taking on Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. It's not confirmed, but that's pretty much what they're setting up. Yeah. It's pretty obvious that that's where they're going. I'm all for that. Unfortunately, I wish Daniel Bryan's return would be in a singles match, but they
got to take small steps.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an afterthought, this match. I mean, where's this going to be? Is this going to be the opener? Like, to me, Daniel Bryan's a main event player, but hopefully by SummerSlam, he's in the title picture scene going up against guys like Shinsuke and AJ Styles.
We talked about this briefly, you and me, and that the rumor is that during the shakeup, they're going to be changing general managers. So with that said, hopefully Kurt Angle, if he performs well, which I'm certain he probably will, hopefully you see Kurt Angle maybe join the rotation again, and hopefully you see Daniel Bryan, definitely Daniel Bryan should join the rotation again, and you get to see some quality matches out of these guys. I would love to see Kurt Angle wrestle Daniel Bryan.
That's the dream match I've been waiting for my entire life. Besides Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle, this is the second match I've always wanted to see because these are two technical masters. And if you could get them in the ring, I know Angle's not in his prime anymore, but he's still a very talented wrestler. And if he's with a motivated Daniel Bryan, this is the potential to be a matchup of the century,
the lifetime.
Yeah, this is some good stuff.
That could be a match that's talked about as much as like Hogan versus the Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
That could be a match that changes wrestling forever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who are some of the matches you'd want to see Daniel Bryan partake in?
There's too many. One really good one that I saw online was Johnny Gargano. I'd love to see him wrestle Johnny Gargano, or maybe even a Cien Almas. I'd love to see those two guys.
So you're going for the guys from NXT.
I would love to see him wrestle some NXT guys who are up and coming, had some amazing matches. Sadly,
Cole?
I'd love to see an Adam Cole match, though Adam Cole, he's too much like Shawn Michaels for me. So I would probably stay away from him. I'd want someone more technical who can keep up with a fast-paced technical match, like an Almas or Gargano or probably a Ciampa. And I would love to see Aleister Black wrestle him, but we'll never see that.
Why?
Because Aleister Black, his finisher is a kick to the face.
Oh, yeah. Daniel Bryan was taking some good bumps.
Yeah, but you'll probably have to wait like a year or two before they say, hey, you could take a finisher to the face. Because apparently the rule that Daniel Bryan has is that for the next couple months, every show he has to go for a neurological exam.
That's ridiculous.
Because they're putting him under a microscope, because at the slightest infraction, apparently, they're going to pull him. They're going to pull him off the roster.
I mean, whatever. He's getting his matches.
So a thing that if Nakamura got a very slight like hit in the head and he's a little dizzy or something, if that happened to Bryan is in risk of being taken off the roster. Rumored. So hopefully that's not as extreme, but whatever is better for his health, that's probably what I want to go for. I don't want to see this guy go brain dead over wrestling.
I got a Bumble message.
Oh, you're on Bumble.
I meant Tinder, actually. Tinder.
I was gonna say, well, no. Now we know you're on both.
Yeah.
Let's just go over real quick what happened on SmackDown. Opened with Nakamura versus Rusev, which is a 7 or 8 minute match.
Okay.
These two have had pretty good matches recently. These could be pay-per-view matches. They should.
It was a pay-per-view match.
It was, but not like the one it should have been.
Not a prominent role.
No, this should have been a much better match. It could have been a much better match.
Well, once Rusev gets booked properly, hopefully, he could take on sort of that goofy... I see him like a hacksaw Jim Duggan type of character.
And they're still pushing him as a heel, which I don't understand.
Yeah, they got to go full face with him. I think by SummerSlam, you'll see Rusev getting a good push as a babyface. And
get rid of his stupid accent. It's dumb.
Isn't that his accent, though?
No. He can talk normal.
Not fully normal.
Yeah, but more normal than he is. He's like, hello, my name's Rusev. When really he can be like, hey, what's up? Like, he can kind of just talk normal.
Yeah, they've taken accents away in the past.
Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
for the biggest
Jamaican.
Example. Yeah, they made a big joke. Triple H made a joke about it on TV. Weren't you Jamaican? Yeah, he was.
Stop burying your talent, you idiot. What else happened on SmackDown real quick?
Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger.
Oh, my God. I hate Baron Corbin. Ty Dillinger, I don't get why people liked him. I haven't seen anything on the main roster
Here's
that made me like him.
Here's a non-title match. Natalya burying Charlotte.
I saw that. That's when I started watching SmackDown because I work Tuesdays. It's really weird that they had Charlotte lose on SmackDown just a couple of weeks before.
They're probably trying to make her look a little weaker, so that way Asuka can just, when they put on their clinic at Mania, Asuka can get the win. They'd be like, oh, well, she lost a couple of weeks before, so...
Yeah, but why not have them both going in super strong? You can't have a lady who's undefeated for 3 years go up somebody who just lost to Natalya. I know there was interference, so maybe you get a quick redemption this week for Charlotte, then she has to go looking in really strong. She needs to look super strong these next 2 weeks going into Mania when you're going up against someone like Asuka.
Hopefully they do that right. Then Luke Harper defeated Jimmy Uso, which I like the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
I like the Bludgeon Brothers. They're going to have a really good rivalry.
Luke Harper is a really good wrestler.
Yeah, and if AOP comes up, we could see them go and have an amazing rivalry with the Bludgeon Brothers.
I'm usually not a fan of the two big teams going head-to-head. I think it works better when you have the underdog, smaller guy kind of getting tossed around, making the hot tag. The other guy comes in. But whatever. It's been done before when there's been two, big teams going at it.
At that point, though, you need everyone to just straight up be like, we are going to destroy each other in this match.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Road Warriors taking on Demolition from back in the day when... They were the Legion of Doom.
Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice reference there.
Why?
Who is their manager?
Paul Ellering.
AOP.
Yes.
Has that bald guy.
Yeah, Paul Ellering.
So, you said it perfectly there. That could literally be a retelling of a match like that.
Yeah.
It could be awesome to see. So who knows? And then the last notable thing that happened, or match that happened, which I don't even say it's notable, it's stupid, is Naomi and Becky Lynch again.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. Again. What Siri just turned on.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you said seriously?
Yeah, I guess. But I hate that they're just getting these matches. Becky Lynch is such a great talent.
Are they all going to be in the Battle Royale?
Probably.
Or are you going to have a tag team match, perhaps, between some of these
Well, apparently the women's tag team titles are being revived,
That's strange.
which is very strange.
Are you going to have two separate women's tag team titles?
I guess so.
Because the roster's so weak. So, literally, one half of your roster is going to be champion.
Yeah.
Because there's like 6 women on each roster.
You know what's amazing to me, though? They're thinking about making women's tag team belts, and they just named a tournament after the Fabulous Moolah, a woman who apparently said that she hated the tag teams and apparently did the first screw job to destroy the women's tag team division in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Or the 70s.
I know she was involved in a sort of screw job finish. I want to say with Wendy Richter.
Yeah, Wendy Richter was the absolute first screw job.
Yeah.
And then she apparently called some people who were on tour in Japan and said, "Hey, the next house show, drop your titles." They told like management told me that's what you have to do. So these 2 women were like, "Okay, fine." So they dropped the titles like a week before Mania, and officials like freaked out. They were like, "You ruined all of our plans for like a thriving women's tag team division. Now we're going to drop the whole thing because
I don't know if it was ever thriving. Women's wrestling was kind of a joke.
They thought they could make it a thriving thing. But apparently Moolah is allegedly a woman who set back women's wrestling. So
yeah, I mean,
a lot of weird things came out about her, and then some people came out to defend her. It's like,
listen, all this has actually been out there. I knew about this years ago, about all these rumors about Moolah. It just so happens that WWE made this tournament after her, or this Battle Royale after her, and then all the social justice warriors are out there, and there's Twitter and all that stuff out there, so you're able to, do your complaining on the internet, and it just came out there, and they took away the name.
Well, my thing with all of it is just simply just I don't understand how could you do that when you have a woman like China who, sure, not the model citizen, but clearly is not nearly as bad as this woman was. So
depends on how you look at it.
Right.
Quickly, I got some quick things to talk about. Greatest Royal Rumble event that's taking place. Where's that taking place, Joe?
Saudi Arabia.
Yep. So there's 2 matches confirmed for that so far. Besides the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Samoa Joe in a ladder match, and a Raw Tag Team Championship match between the Hardy Boys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. So I don't know if that means that they're going to retain the title.
Hopefully they're saying the Hardy Boys meaning like just the 2 of them as like, Brother Nero and Matt Hardy. So hopefully it's not like the Hardy Boys.
No, I don't think it will be.
I hope they retain.
And last thing, on this day in 2001, the final episode of Monday Night Nitro aired, which was a terrible episode of Nitro, but one of my favorite wrestling programs of all time. Check out Nitro on the WWE Network.
We should link it on our Facebook.
I will. I'm going to do that.
And also, one last thing, apparently Hulk Hogan is in talks with WWE to return.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm coming back.
So there you go. There's your wrestling wrap-up. Stay for the news wrap-up. They'll be on right after this. See you guys next week.